comes clean on the Biden-Harris censorship scheme. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm JJ, that's Deacon, and we are the Internet Dads. Dave will be here soon, I'm sure. We meet Monday through Friday to read the news and stuff going on and to drink coffee and talk about it. And, the most important thing is to start your day with some sunshine like us. So that as you, I don't know where this metaphor is going, but I know it's good for you.
Yeah, you need to work on that script and put a little sunshine in your voice when you say that. So just kind of smile a little bit. I was told years ago in radio that if you smile while you're reading the news, people can tell when you're smiling. Hi, JJ. How are you?
Oh, yeah. That's probably true. Here, I'm going to try it right now. Okay. Just so that I can hear, I'll close my eyes. Okay. Yeah. So good morning, Deacon. And wait, I smiled at the end there.
Here, you close your eyes. You close your eyes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Good morning, JJ. Good morning, JJ. Which one?
Yeah, I can't tell the difference. Maybe the second one. Hold on. Wait, let me try. Good morning, Deacon. Good morning, Deacon.
Was the second one?
Yeah, it was.
I was watching. Hi, buddy. What's up?
Why did I close my eyes when I was talking?
I don't know.
You weren't feeling well yesterday. But I did get on the air and cover some news stories yesterday, but I'm glad you're feeling better enough to come to work at least, because I know that if you were really
sick, it was just so I have to word this correctly. All right. So I'm going to use a lot of euphemisms. The marketable word. Okay. So I had a summer cold. We used to get summer colds, but we don't anymore because we now call it a word. And everybody thinks they've got this word, and this word goes around and this word does this, but and even other people were like, you've got the word. And I'm like, I don't have the word. I have a summer cold. I usually once every 2 or 3 years, I'll get a summer cold. Yeah. It'll last 2 or 3 days, and that's it. And so I've really been trying this. I've been reading this book called Evolve Your Brain. And so I've really been trying this different aspect of looking at things. So when I was sick, and I'm not saying this did anything. I'm not saying it did anything, but I just kept telling myself, I'm not sick. I'm better. I feel fine. And so it was, I don't know. I had a sore throat for about 6 hours. I felt like poop from about 2 a.m. yesterday till about 2 p.m. yesterday. But after that, I was fine. I went laid out in the yard for about 20 minutes in the sunshine, just laying there in the grass. It felt great.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's some vitamin D,
dude. I need some vitamin D. I need some to lay against the earth.
And it, sunshine kills germs. So Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, sir.
I still got a little bit of congestion, but I feel fine.
Okay. All right. Well, and you know what? I asked a bunch of people to pray for you too. I was like, pray for Deacon. He ain't feel good. It's very rare when Deacon doesn't get on the air or doesn't get on the phone with me. Like, it's very, very rare. So
I did. I felt like poop.
All right. Well, we got some news to talk about. Very exciting stuff. I know how much you love Facebook personally. That it is one of those maybe secret what do they call them? It's a secret thing you love that you don't tell people about, but I know. Vice.
What is that word?
Vice?
No, it's a word. And I can't think of the word either. Damn it. It is. There's a word. Anyway, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Check it out. Mark Zuckerberg admits, finally, the Biden-Harris administration pressured Facebook to censor Americans, and he went along with it. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured out teams, that's our teams, I'm sure, for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. Wow. Isn't that interesting?
Guilty pleasure. All right.
For instance, for many of you, this show may be a guilty pleasure that you don't publicize because you don't hit the share button or hit the like button.
all
just keep it to
10,000 of
yourselves.
you watching right now.
We have some.
So was this surprising to you when this came out, JJ?
No. You know, I think I'm wondering, and it's totally speculation on my part. Do you think that the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, which Zuckerberg has admitted was one of the most badass things he's ever seen in his life, the fact that Trump got shot, stood up, pumped his fist, and said, "Fight, fight, fight," and Zuckerberg said that's one of the most badass things in his life. You think that has reframed his Silicon Valley perception of politics and reality?
Let me tell you the honest truth, what I think about Zuckerberg. I think Zuckerberg was this normal, nerdy, smart guy that came up with this brilliant freaking idea that took off. And he was like many of them. He was blinded by a bunch of evil people that wanted to profit off of this kid. And he was given all of these things and all of this power, quote unquote, that you really think you have and you don't. I think that he's been a puppet, and I don't think he's liked it, but he has to do it because of what, you know, it's
I definitely think he's in a position, you know.
So I think as he's gotten older, like that happens with all of us, we get a little wiser because things happen to us and we experience things that we're like, wait a minute, this ain't right. This is not what they told us. And that's why we are the way we are, is because we're wiser. We have had this crap happen to us and we can see it happening to you. And so he has gone through this now, and I think he's wising up. So basically what, if folks don't understand about the Zuckerberg, this thing, three things, okay? Three things can sum this up. Zuckerberg just admitted to three things in this speech.
Okay.
He admitted to the Biden-Harris administration pressured Facebook to censor Americans. Number two, Facebook censored Americans. And number three, Facebook throttled the Hunter Biden laptop story, is basically what he says. There is the whole meta thing here that you can read. I'll post a link in the Discord server right now.
Yeah. So I don't really think Mark Zuckerberg's a bad guy. I mean, I don't know that he's a good guy or not a good guy, but he found, as a young kid, he came up with like,
I don't think he's a bad guy either.
I mean, like, I don't think he's malicious.
No, I don't.
In any way.
I don't think so. Like I said,
there are people that are malicious.
I think he's been controlled for a long time, and I think he's probably had to do stuff that he didn't want, that he personally didn't want to do.
Aaron thinks that he's coming clean because he's fearful that Trump will hold him accountable.
That could very well be the truth.
I think that Trump has bigger fish to fry, you know, and he's able to leverage the Zuckerbergs and the Metas banning him. You know, he's able to leverage. I
really would like to see the great dismantling, you know, because if it happens over here, it could ripple effect over there to where Aaron is and overseas, because they've got it a lot worse than we do. Ours is just a little bit more clean and refined, you know. Hey, Dave. I really think that the dismantling and the scrubbing of the media needs to happen. This whole debate thing that's coming up with Kamala Harris now, you know, the Harris campaign wants the microphones left on, and the Trump campaign wants them shut off.
Oh, did you hear about? You heard about that?
And the ABC, it's happening on ABC with all of this biased ABC. I mean, I don't understand why they would have it on a network like that. It does nothing but give that network ratings. A network that we all know is going to be One Direction.
Right.
Is there a network that's not One Direction?
It's true. It's very true. There's some that say they are, and there's some that start off that way. There's some that start off that way.
So let's go with Aaron's idea here just for a second, that Zuckerberg is coming clean because he thinks that Trump will hold him accountable. The risk, though, isn't there a risk that Kamala Harris and company actually get the presidency, and then isn't Zuckerberg sticking his neck out a little bit?
Nope.
So,
nope, no risk.
You don't think there's any risk?
Nope.
You don't think that
know how much money he would make though? Because whoever wins this, it's going to be a close election.
It will be close. I agree.
Whoever wins this is going to be a close election. And if Trump were to move his Truth Social under the Meta, dude, there would be money made everywhere.
I can't think of anything more icky than being stuck back in Facebook verse.
I can agree with you 100%, but there's going to be money made anywhere. And Zuck did not get in the place he got.
I mean,
you see this, JJ?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, let me give Dave a high five.
Oh, wait, Dave, did you see our
See,
no, I missed it. I was
you've even got it there. The marionette stays the same, and we all laugh and cry and be entertained by the marionette.
Mm-hmm.
The puppeteer changes.
Yeah.
In this instance.
Sure. Yeah.
I always said that about the president when people would get so worked up about the president of the United States. It used to be like, dude, the greatest line in any movie ever to me is The Wizard of Oz when Toto pulls back the curtain and he turns around. He's like, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. That is genius. That's profound. We're entertained by the big floating head and fireballs. Pay no attention.
I just learned this the other day. This is a fun little Wizard of Oz fact. We've all seen it, right? The man behind the curtain. They were trying to find some kind of jacket that would be flowy for him, that would look a little beat up and all this stuff. And the guy who plays Oz, he ended up, or somebody from their costuming went and bought a bunch of stuff from a thrift store there in Hollywood. And he found this one that he really liked. It ended up being owned by Frank Baum. It had Baum's name inside.
Yeah,
I'm like, right. What are the stinking odds of that? Like, how in the world does that happen?
That guy that played Oz played like 3 or 4 parts in that movie. He's the gay.
Yeah, he did.
Too.
Yeah. Yep.
Frank Baum is the author of Wizard of Oz. In case,
if y'all have
someone watching didn't know that,
all of that stuff is public domain, and there are a lot of Oz books. If you have not gotten deep into that, it's really cool. It's really cool. Well, we've got way off base.
This is my Battle Brick Road, which is Wizard of Oz comic book. It is pretty cool.
I want to see that. Well, you got to see. I'm all about that.
It's amazing. This is Scarecrow. This is Scarecrow, and I think that's Tin Man.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
y'all know about the new Mandela effect thing with the Oz, right? That Scarecrow carried a gun in the movie.
What? This is Dorothy, and there's the flying monkeys. Come on, dude.
That's pretty awesome, dude. What's the gun one?
It's a new Mandela effect thing. Apparently, they all 3 traveled with weapons. The Cowardly Lion had this giant hammer mallet club, and I haven't researched it any. I just saw the picture. I'm like, what the heck? I don't remember Scarecrow having a revolver.
Back to the subject at hand. This we've got a comment. So he lied to Congress under oath. Isn't that prison time? Isn't that right?
If the committee makes a recommendation for perjury to the Department of Justice, and if you are not a massive donor to the Democratic Party,
if Trump becomes president, he would probably be
Staff Sergeant. Hold on,
didn't happen.
That is Staff Sergeant Hemme. Thank you, Staff Sergeant. Thank you for your service. I appreciate that.
So, and if Harris is elected president and she goes after him, then are they admitting that this happened?
No, it will get covered up.
But if they're going to go after him, so I don't think anything's going to happen.
They won't go after him. What they'll go after and what they'll threaten is Meta. They'll threaten to break up Meta.
We're all goldfish. And if that ever happens, I guarantee you Taylor Swift will go on a world tour and they'll have a big freaking something happen where it's on movie theaters and television all at the same time. And they'll talk about it for 3 months. Bread and circus.
All right.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So I didn't get to. So we're gonna shift gears slightly. I didn't get to talk with you guys about this yesterday, though I did cover it on the show yesterday. Have either of you ever used Telegram?
Yeah, pretty much every day.
You use Telegram every day? Is there a good reason why you're using an encrypted messaging service, sir?
I use a couple of encrypted. Signal is probably my favorite.
Signal's screwed up. I'm gonna tell you why.
Signal's okay. Go ahead.
This is part of my gear just kicked on. I was like, these morons at Signal. Signal's a great app, encrypted end-to-end messaging. It's amazing. And they at one time had encrypted messaging side by side with real text messaging. So you could at least onboard your idiot family members that refuse to use encrypted messaging. You could at least get them in there and then use it. Well, Signal was like, oh, we're going to get rid of all old text message. It's going to be encrypted only. And you know what my wife did? Uninstalled Signal. Yeah. Stopped using it. So I had her using encrypted messaging. And then she got rid of it. And I was like, Signal made the stupidest mistake ever. Anyway, Telegram. Telegram's extremely popular in Russia, in Ukraine, all around the world. Telegram is because I know you don't know. I don't know if you know. Telegram is a messaging service that's similar to, say, Discord. Really,
WhatsApp.
Like, sure, it's similar to WhatsApp too. Yeah. I guess WhatsApp is a corollary.
Encryption wise, it was why I said WhatsApp. Encryption wise.
Yeah. It's encrypted messages, and it's basically peer to peer.
I know, but you can create groups. The only ones that use like SMS or whatnot. That most every other place in the world uses WhatsApp or something like that.
Yeah,
WeChat in China don't use WeChat.
So Telegram service, and like if you want to find out what's going on in some parts of the world, Telegram. Get on a Telegram channel. Okay, well, the CEO of Telegram was arrested in France. And he faces 20 years in jail, not for personally distributing drugs or personally distributing inappropriate content of children or the like. No. For failure to stop terrorism and drug trafficking, because he made a service and then bad guys got on the service and talked to each other, and he didn't moderate it enough. So now France is going to put this guy in jail for 20 years. He was detained on the outskirts of Paris as he stepped off his jet Saturday at 8 p.m. by local cops.
Hey,
this guy is a prototype of Elon Musk. Really, this is what they're going to do to Elon.
If you didn't, if you didn't postulate or somebody around you come up with that as a possibility of this and work on a way to prevent it and or monitor it, then he should be held accountable. I don't know about 20 years in prison, but that's not my call. I don't know the whole.
What do you mean? What do you mean? He should be held accountable. If you have a service, a publishing platform where anybody can publish messages, he's responsible for what other people post.
What I'm saying is, if us three invented this platform where you could talk, one of us or somebody smart needs to say, well, what if bad guys use this?
So
we need to be
a little bit further.
I mean, bad guys can use this. We need to do this and this.
Should the FCC be guilty of any data that goes across it? Any phone conversations where a drug deal goes on, or child pedophilia, something.
No, but that's why they monitor our phone calls.
But Telegram should be a dial tone, essentially. That's all it should be seen as, is a dial tone. And The FCC doesn't control what goes on side to side.
But
That's
you
the kind
say
of it's hard.
when you say
Mhm.
dial tone, I think you mean it as just this
Cool.
wave
Mhm.
of communication that's just a free wave of communication, and that's not what a dial tone is. I mean, the dial tone is monitored, and it used to be monitored by the woman to have to freaking punch your phone into the other phone. The lady sitting there on the line, I'm a dial tone. Even my radio waves are not free. And
Right.
if you start up your radio, a little radio station, you still have to follow rules, or the FCC will
Correct.
get their money from you.
Mhm.
That's why we have to do certain things is
But
because our radio waves are
like
public.
that, yeah,
But
your
I
radio
said
waves
treat
are
it
public.
as
That's
a
a
dial
limited
tone.
resource.
I'm not saying that it is the exact same thing. I think it's an equivalency statement, that it's and yeah, I get what you're saying, and everything's going to fall apart eventually because Telegram is not a dial tone, but
Yeah,
it's
but
the
it
way
needs
it's seen.
in today's world in 2024, and you have an open communication source,
Mhm.
you better think that bad guys are going to use it.
Sure.
Whatever the bad guys
Okay.
are.
So
Marco Polo was huge, or yeah, Marco Polo, the app was huge for bad guys using it to avoid police stops and things like that.
So it's almost to the point to where you would want one of these things so bad guys could talk on it so that you could monitor it. I'm
wow.
just
And
saying.
who says they're not monitored somewhere?
Right.
Here's a link from Erin. She says, here's what the FBI can get from WhatsApp, iMessage, Signal, Telegram, and more. This is from 2021. This is a couple years ago. If you use an iPhone, they can get message content limited. Let's see. Using it here we go. Let's see. This is what they can access: message content. They can render basic subscriber information. They can get lookups from a target number, and they can render backups of a target device. If a target uses iCloud, then the government can get your encryption keys and can basically get your whole.
I wonder when all that went into effect. I bet if I had to guess, it was September 13th, 2001.
Yeah. So this argument, article is posted from 2021. But I would be willing to bet that this is old information that's come out.
That's true, but
I know.
I think the point here is
a lot more.
Yeah, it is. But I think Apple still has keys to your content. Line, similarly, they can get some message content and they can get 7 days of tax. But Signal, they can get no message content. Date and time a user is registered, they can get, and maybe the last activity. But Signal encrypts the message on the device and then just stores the blob. And Signal doesn't have the keys, therefore they can't open it up.
So I had sent a buddy of mine on Signal a bunch of my writing suggestion ideas, things for this book that I know I've shared with you and Deke. And my phone had to be wiped and restored, factory reset.
Yeah.
And I lost all of that on Signal, and they didn't have it either.
Right.
I'm like, dude, can't you resend me that? Nope. That's not how Signal works. I was so mad.
You can on Signal, or could. It's been a long time since I used Signal. You could make a backup of your data and save it and then restore it. But I guess you didn't do that. No. Telegram. So this is why we're on this, because of the CEO of Telegram. Telegram, they can get no message content on Telegram. That is, the government cannot intrusively just butt into your messages. And they can get no contact information provided for law enforcement to pursue a court order. As per Telegram's privacy statement, for confirmed terrorist investigations, Telegram may disclose IP and phone number to relevant authorities. And then there's Threema. Looks like they have, I didn't even know about that one. Viber, WeChat. I do
use WeChat.
WeChat is from China. I do not believe anything about no message content. Maybe the FBI can't get it, but the Chinese can. 100% they can. And there's WhatsApp. WhatsApp is basically not secure. And WhatsApp is Meta, it's Facebook, and it's not secure. And then
Now
there's
it is.
Wicker. Now it's secure.
No, now it's Meta. It wasn't at first. It
Right,
was
yeah,
WhatsApp.
well-
Was WhatsApp part of Meta when this came out?
Yeah. They bought WhatsApp.
But yeah, it says it's owned by Meta.
They wanted a messaging service. All right. So anyway, this is bad news for the world because if France can get away with arresting the CEO of Telegram, you'd best be sure that somebody's going to start gunning for Elon Musk and X, because X is the platform where you can say things right now. All right, let's go. I don't know. I hope that Zuckerberg has had a change of heart. We got some bad news here.
Let me
Yeah.
hit something real quick on the Telegram thing. You all asked.
Yeah.
I'm in a pun group on Telegram. It's called Beyond the Punderdome, and that's where dad jokes come from a lot.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good grief.
Dead now. Telegram's not all bad.
Let's see. We covered this story about a year ago. A soldier, Travis King, defected and fled to North Korea. And after like a week or something like that, North Korea was like, nah, and they kicked him out, and he was arrested by the United States government. Travis King will plead guilty to 5 charges, including desertion and assault, according to his attorney, Franklin D. Rosenblatt. The Army filed 14 charges. Yeah, it's real close.
It's like, it? What?
Rosenblatt.
How old is the story?
King will not plead guilty to the remaining charges, which the Army plans to withdraw and dismiss. So they charged him with 14, got him to plead guilty to 5, and they basically said, you plead guilty to these 5, we won't charge you with these other 9. And so anyway,
which is how it works most of the time.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
young kid.
That's why when I'm reading the news in the morning, it's like some dude got arrested and he's got like charges for everything. He's got everything. He's got some really bad charges, but at the end it's like running a stop sign, failure to yield, something like
that's what started it all.
No headlights. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. That's what started it all. Was he didn't have a tail light, and that's what got him pulled over. But they keep that so that we can go, we'll drop that. That's $150 charge. We'll drop that, and we'll drop this other one. It all add up.
I've known a cop who this individual knew a really bad dude. There was nothing on them. They just knew that there was bad stuff going on. So they saw him at the grocery store or at the gas station. They were just hoping they would stumble so they could say probable cause, they're drunk, public intoxication. I'm just like, wow. It just like, boom, unfolds right there. That small thing, which leads to all the bad things.
Yep.
Criminals are smart.
I'm gonna do a space story, but before I get to that, I don't know if you guys have anything you want to cover before I get to this space story.
No, I don't. I've got a couple of things,
right.
but
yeah, I saw a couple of them. Okay. So we've been covering the we quite frequently cover space stuff on here just because it's fascinating, interesting stuff, and we've been watching the Boeing crew.
Starliner crew.
Yeah, Starliner crew that have been living in the space station for like 60 out of 8 days.
So a TLDR, the Boeing Starliner was set to take the crew up to the space station, and it had a malfunction in the computer, I think, at first, and then they had another couple of malfunctions on the hydrogen, the liquid hydrogen. The liquid hydrogen basically pushes the fuel into the rockets and the attitude adjusters and stuff like that. So when they finally fixed all that and got up, they noticed they were having another problem with the hydrogen. And they get up there, and then they had another couple of problems that they saw that they needed to fix with the hydrogen. And their problem is if they try to re-entry and they have a problem with the hydrogen again.
Incredibly
Kabooey.
flammable.
Yes, kabooey. So that's the main problem, and that's why they're
That's
still
the
there.
first problem.
Yeah.
Starlink came to save them, and their suits, Boeing suits, are not compatible with
SpaceX.
SpaceX.
The suits were not compatible. So,
So just take extra suits. I don't understand why that's not an option.
that was just
it's not just extra suits. It's also you have to have extra seats because the Dragon capsule goes up there with a 4-man crew. 4-man crew, and they flew up there, but there's 4 seats. So if you bring home those 2 astronauts, you got to leave 2 other people.
We've all rode in the back seat with a buddy or somebody sitting on our lap. You can do that on coming back home. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a truck going down the highway with people standing on the back and flying into it. But now you put that on the back of a spaceship. Yeah.
So did you see the meme about this that came through that I just laughed and laughed and laughed when I saw this?
No, what's going on?
My kind of joke. It says the Boeing Starliner astronauts are stranded in space for 80 days and will not return home until 2025. Humanity has about, why is it not clicking over? Click this over. Oh,
yes. You get it.
You're not going to be able to read it because humanity has about 6 months to purchase 8 billion ape costumes for the ultimate prank.
That would be super funny. That
is pretty good.
All right, so here's the story though. SpaceX pushes the launch of the daring Polaris Dawn mission back to Wednesday. So apparently there's going to be some civilians doing a spacewalk, which I don't think has ever happened before. SpaceX's Polaris Dawn. Sorry. Here we go. Back to this one. So this is
a military branch that's like
Space Force.
Space.
The Space Force.
Can't they do anything?
Dude, let them. They're there to fight aliens. Dave, are you singing David Bowie in your head right now?
I am.
Thank you. I was too.
SpaceX said in a social media post Monday evening that it pushed back the launch time in order to take a closer look at the ground side helium leak on a piece of equipment. It makes me super uncomfortable for all of these spaceship companies to be talking about leaks, because I imagine like a leaky ship hitting the atmosphere of the planet that burns up rocks. It seems like it would make boom boom stuff, and I don't want to see that again. I saw that when I was in 3rd grade. This trip will make the second. I mean, I'm glad that they're like taking precaution and being, measured twice. You know what I mean? But it makes me nervous. It'll be the second trip for Jared Isaacman, billionaire founder of the payments platform company Shift4. He made a less risky journey in 2021 on a different mission. Polaris Dawn is one of a series of missions that he plans to carry out along with SpaceX. 3 flights aiming to test new technologies that can help advance the Elon Musk-led company's goal of seeing humans live and work in space.
Goodness,
right now it's not a test time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't need a test? We need a billionaire test.
Do you know what the billionaires did when they tested their little ship to go down to the Titanic?
Yeah.
We don't need a test. We need something that we know works.
Dave,
right.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
All right.
This is JJ. Since he mentioned it, I'm going to make JJ think I'm crazier than he already thinks I am. If you want to go down a rabbit hole, look up, and I'm not going to get into this. I'm just going to say, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, look up Challenger astronaut still alive. And
stop it.
He sent me the stuff. It's an interesting rabbit trail, dude.
It is a very interesting rabbit hole that makes you go.
I'm not gonna say I'm
scared to look at something like that, because I'm scared to look at something like that.
Really interesting.
I don't believe it, but my word.
The one about the school changing the name of the school. It was named after it. Anyway, it's a very interesting rabbit hole. I'm just saying, Don't believe it. Crazy. We're all crazy.
All right.
You got anything else? I got some cool stuff for you.
I do have one more cool thing. And I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna shout this out to the dialogue box because I'm constantly confused about what's Scotland and what's Ireland and what's the UK and where she's at. So I have a fascinating story for you, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally, in 2024, uncovered the mysteries of the Loch Ness monster. Here we go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Researchers have photographed the microorganisms that are living in Loch Ness. The Loch Ness monster are like bacteria. So people were just probably confused.
Which is in Scotland.
Oh, she says no. No.
Nessie's real.
Researchers are using cutting-edge tools to better understand the ecosystem of the famous loch. The Loch Ness Center has joined forces with academics based in the School of Engineering at Aberdeen for a project they say is a significant step forward in the scientific exploration of the lake. The team, I think the tourist industry around Loch Ness maybe needs a little kick up, and that's what's going on here. So they were like, look, nobody's buying this Loch Ness monster that was maybe a log with a trash bag on it anymore. So we need something else. So they're like, we got super germs. We got super germs in here. The Wii Holocam has never been used in Loch Ness, and after its initial dive, it captured incredible images that look like micro monsters, but are plankton particles.
So it's a giant piece of plankton that's coming up and eating boats
and burgers.
Making burgers? Are they making burgers?
I don't know what they're doing.
Is there a squirrel?
When my son was little, he would not eat a burger patty. When I would make him a hamburger patty, he would not eat it. Just wouldn't eat it. So I started making them like this big and calling them Krabby Patties. He'd eat them up.
My kids are 5 and 6, and literally in the last 30 days, they've decided they love SpongeBob SquarePants, which is super hilarious because my wife can't stand it.
Yeah, I'm with your wife on that
it's
one.
It's entertaining to me because my wife is a mathematician. My wife is a logician. My wife is a super analytical, like what is it, right brain person or whatever.
Yes.
And SpongeBob SquarePants is just like absurdity. It's just absurd. And that stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. And my kids are cracking up. And my wife is like, I don't understand why they think this show is funny.
Be glad your kids have not found The Amazing World of Gumball. That show is ridiculous. And my kids will watch that. And I'm like, this is bring back SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And I don't like SpongeBob.
My kids now demand Krabby Patties instead of hamburgers. So my wife just takes turkey meat and makes patties and calls them Krabby Patties. And
Krabby Patties, burger nuggets, whatever you call them, get the kids to eat them.
Yeah.
But JJ, I'm just going to say this about you can believe what you want. I don't know if I believe there's a giant prehistoric monster living in Loch Ness. I don't know. But I do know this, that we have explored, humans have explored 5% of the oceans. 5%. That's how much we've explored. So I'm just saying,
even an ocean.
I'm just saying, if you were playing an open world RPG, all right, and you looked and your stats said you've explored 5% of the world, would you expect to encounter some monsters and stuff that you've never seen before in the remaining 95% of the map that you haven't explored yet? I'm just saying, I would if I was playing a video game.
All right, now JJ, clearing this up for you. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Britain. Those are all part of the UK. Ireland is not part of the UK. Northern Ireland is.
What do you mean
Ireland, the whole island is two countries. You've got Ireland, which is the Republic of Ireland. Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. They're different countries.
Let me say something real quick before you continue to help JJ understand better. JJ, all of this area that he's talking about, imagine like every one of them is a different county in Texas.
Yes.
All of this area doesn't even. Texas is like two times the size of this whole area he's talking about.
Hold on. No, wait. No, I need to know this. Let's compare.
Yeah.
Texas
it'll all
versus UK. The United Kingdom is.
I think Maryland fits inside of Kentucky.
The United Kingdom is 2.8 times smaller than Texas.
I told you, almost.
Oh man, that's okay. All right.
Where's our yeehaw when you need it?
Yeah. Apparently, the United Kingdom has 42.6 million people live in the United Kingdom. 42.6 million. Texas has 25.1, and we got a lot of room left over.
You can fit 8 Irelands inside of Texas, and that's the whole island of Ireland. So 2 countries.
Wow.
How many Kentuckys?
Sizes and everything.
Is it 15 Kentuckys in Texas?
I don't know.
I think it's 15 Kentuckys you can fit in Texas.
I just love doing a cross country drive, driving hundreds of miles and still being in Texas.
All right, I got some cool stories.
All right.
Since we're talking about states and visiting places, let's go to Kentucky, the great state that Dave and I live in. And right in between Dave and I, he's probably closer than I am, is one of the wonders of the world. And it's called,
are we talking about
Mammoth Cave?
Mammoth Cave. Yes.
Mammoth Cave.
Yes, Mammoth Cave.
Sounds enormous.
It is enormous.
It is.
It is over 4,000 miles of cave system underground.
When I was a kid, it was the 2nd largest underground cave system in the world. Now it is the largest.
Yeah,
that's how because you cave stuff in, right? You go to the bigger one. And
you continue to map it. You continue to map it. We have, and not even like maybe 10% of the cave's been fully mapped.
Well, let me just read to you this post from the Mammoth Cave National Park Facebook page, and you just tell me what you think, JJ. I'm just going to read this to you.
You're going to show it? Here we go.
Oh no!
Oh, hey.
Hang on, I got to move it to. Oh, did I not share it?
Is that note is a sign? It's to sign up for our newsletter, which you can get by hitting the subscribe button on this channel.
No clue.
All right, here you go. This is from Mammoth Cave National Park here in Kentucky. Come experience what has disappointed millions of people for over 225 years. Mammoth Cave National Park, recently rated as one of the most disappointing U.S. tourist attractions. While we think the world's longest cave system in over 4,000 years of human history is amazing, others find the cave is very dark and there is nothing cool here to see. If you would like to experience the disappointment of Mammoth Cave, visit our website and choose from our many activities that will leave you unfulfilled. You could be disappointed by a dry hole with very few stalagmites and stalactites, or discover nothing other than trees on our over 80 plus miles of hiking, biking, horseback riding, and water trails. Fair warning, there are bugs in the outdoors. Cellular phone service is spotty, and there are stairs on some of our cave tours. A world of regret awaits you at Mammoth Cave. Make your cave tour reservations all you can, Bob, and your very own not enjoyable visit.
Thank you, Mammoth Cave. That's amazing.
Did you see what spawned all that?
Yes. What now? Tell us what spawned all that, Dave.
So there was the 10 most disappointing tourist destinations in the U.S. and Mammoth Cave ended up number 3 for many of the reasons they spotted. There's too many trees. It's a big giant hole in the ground. Like, what do you expect?
What did they expect
at a cave in the middle of the forest?
Now, when we went in the 80s, in the late 80s, no, let's see, it was probably the middle 80s. I clearly remember it. Y'all know how my memory is. I clearly remember the tour that we went on there were stairs and there was some cool stuff. Yeah. And there was some spots where you had to there was like Fat Man Squeeze or something where you had to kind of squeeze through it and you had to kind of duck down in certain parts. But I also remember in the brochure, there were all kinds of other tours that you could take, including an extreme type tour that you had to have helmets and stuff and you get in and crawl through spaces. But this place, Mammoth, the underneath, it's huge underneath in Mammoth Cave. We're not talking about just like little walkthroughs, and these are giant freaking open. I think there's a tour at Mammoth Cave where you can get on, and part of it's in a boat and you can see the see-through fish because there's fish that live in there in the cave that you can see through them.
Translucent. Yeah.
Yeah, translucent. I got one more here for you. If you don't want to go to,
I think that's hilarious that Mammoth Cave was negging their audience.
Oh,
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, it was good.
That's amazing.
Why am I so dark?
You just got dark.
Crack a window open, sir.
I got one more here. If you don't want to go to a cave, maybe you want to do a little bit more hiking, maybe a little bit more extreme hiking. Okay. Extreme hiking. This video here is from Indonesia, Mount Dukono. And this footage. Dukono is a big no-no. The hikers ignored warning signs that told them to stay out of this danger zone, this 3-mile danger zone. This video is from a government-operated drone. Let me hit all the plethora of buttons. So you can see here is the hikers.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, you can't see because of our faces.
What is solo? Does that work?
Nope.
No, that don't work.
Anyway,
you
can see the hikers now.
Wow.
All of the hikers made it.
That's crazy. Get away from stuff.
Can you imagine what's going through these people's minds right here?
They're thinking I should have gone to Mammoth Cave.
Thinking I'm glad I wore the brown pants.
We should have gone to Mammoth Cave. You win. You win for the day. That's the best.
Thank you.
That's the best. Oh, that's great. Okay. Should have gotten to Mammoth.
All right. Anything else? We got anything else this morning?
That's all my cool stuff, dude.
Music
today is forgotten songs. Forgotten songs. Y'all remember Three Doors Down?
Yeah.
No.
I could be like that.
I was really expecting JJ to actually say that. I know JJ probably doesn't remember this song, so that's why it's a forgotten song for him. It's Not Me. Do you remember the song It's Not Me by Three Doors Down?
I'd have to hear some bars.
Well, luckily for you, I have it over in our Discord server. If you will just log on, hit the playlist, and you can go and listen to it and keep us from getting banned on several platforms that we are on. But it's an old. I'm playing some bluegrass. There's a bluegrass Three Doors Down album, and it's actually really good. Dave, you need to check it out. The band Cornbread Red.
Yeah,
Three Doors Down bluegrass. Great. It's great. And I'm playing them this week. And this is one of the songs that I was like, I don't remember It's Not Me. And I played it and I was like, oh, I remember this song. This is a forgotten song, man. This is great. So that's your song.
Start like playing the radio station again on Discord. I missed that.
All right. We can do that. I'll do it tomorrow.
This has triggered a memory for me. I'm pretty sure it was like 2007. 2006 maybe. I don't remember. It was 20 years ago for sure, almost. And I worked at Radio Shack, and I'm pretty sure that we had Radio Shack does not sell music, but for some reason we had stacks of Three Doors Down CDs that we were trying to sell or give away if you bought this or that or whatever. I don't know if it was a promotional thing. I don't know what the deal was, but I remember having these stack of these it wasn't this one, but it was like a brown Three Doors Down CD, and like they were I don't know why we were selling those. Maybe brown gray kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that album. I thought it would come up here. I don't remember the name. Excellent. I mean, that's good. It's really, if all you've heard of Three Doors Down is the music that's been played on the radio, oh, you need to freaking buy a CD and play all the other songs besides.
Did you listen? Did you ever get that article that I sent you? It was about Three Doors Down. You said the ads were popping up all over the place. I'm like, I'm not getting any ads. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, yeah, they recently recapped that for JJ.
So they're doing this tour this summer. I forget who they're touring with. Is it Creed?
Maybe I think.
But anyway, like right in the middle of the song, the lead singer,
Yep. Creed.
Arnold, Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
He just stopped and just shared his faith, and then said,
Oh,
"Hey,
really?
do y'all care?" Yeah, he's like, "I'm going to pray for you all right now," and it was just
You
all
posted a
beautiful
link that
and good.
said rock singer, and I was like, I don't know what
That's
that
it.
is. If you'd have said
Yeah.
Three Doors Down, I would have probably been
Yeah.
like, oh, really? Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
Brad
the album.
Arnold.
This is the album that I remember.
Now I
right
see
here.
that JJ
This
doesn't
one
read
I've
any of the
heard too
stuff
many
I
times.
post.
Oh, the greatest
No.
hits. Oh.
No.
David's posting crap about
Brad
rock band.
Arnold wrote the song Kryptonite, their first big hit, while he was in math class in high school.
I'm sure
That
that
had
song
such
is
a
on this
cool
list.
drum line to it. Kryptonite did. Oh, I love that.
All right.
Backbeat. Oh, so good.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
keep up with
Jokes.
Yeah.
Jokes time.
You got jokes?
Hey, thanks. Hey, by the way, before we go, thanks guys for hanging out with us and reading the news and adding comments and chat and stuff. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, but most importantly, follow the show so that you get an alert when we go live, because right here you're going to learn things minutes, perhaps hours before they
I don't know what's going on with you,
come
man.
across the rest of the media.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
Think
Good.
JJ,
What do you mean?
You're like, I don't know, whatever
you kind of froze
browser
up.
you're on is like.
I didn't freeze.
Oh, no, you didn't freeze.
Okay.
I did
That
the
was
max
you.
headroom for about 15 seconds.
No, I was telling people to subscribe.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess-
hey,
yeah.
subscribe.
All right. Well, whatever. So who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
I got-
Dave,
so
you want to go
I
first?
about 2-3 years ago, Ryan Reynolds accidentally called me. He was like getting all the Mint
Really?
Mobile stuff. Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Wow.
And so he asked me about doing a cameo on this upcoming movie.
Yeah.
And he said, it's going to be Deadpool and Wolverine. I said, dude, Ryan, do not enter a contract with Wolverine. He said, why not? I said, because of the retractable clause.
Oh my god! No,
Man.
no.
JJ,
Sometimes
you
I
wanna
just
go?
tell the jokes for your reaction.
I know.
Oh,
That
no.
just makes it so good.
That's what mine
And
is.
my wife's it's about to be the start the next month, and we're doing budget and we're planning our grocery budget and stuff like that. And she's like, hey, you know, as I go to get groceries, do you want to like work on a diet plan? You want to, you know,
Right, yeah.
adjust your diet a little bit? And I was like, I don't know, I got a little too much on my plate right now.
That was good. Oh, I got a phone call for mine.
Yeah, it's probably Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it probably is. Dave, why don't you do another one since he's busy?
Another
Got
one.
another one? Yeah.
Today I gave away my dead batteries.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were all free of charge.
Wah, wah. Oh, what happened to the clock? All right. So when I went to the
guys,
What was that?
crap. What is that? So I went to the grocery store recently, and when I got up there, the bag boy was like, paper or plastic? And you should have seen the look on his face when I told him I was bisexual.
It's good.
You would.
All right, I'm gonna do one more. Deke, you get an extra one because you had the phone call. Okay. What do you call a cow on a trampoline?
A milkshake.
Yes, that's right.
Nice.
Man, if I had $1 for every time I didn't know what was going on, I'd be like, why have I got all these dollars?
Yeah, that was good. That's a 2-second thinker. You got to think about that for 2 seconds. Like, oh, because
It's because I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Don't miss this on rumble.com/internet dads.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Ask Dave for a comment, he said no. Watch now, the internet.